Hey, this is Brian here. I wanted to show you some performance observations with StreamInsight. I'm going to run probably two instances of this program called here StreamInsight Observable. Basically I just want to demonstrate its performance of retrieving various historical data files, which are these. They're not very big, maybe a couple hundred lines each. But the idea of this is just to show you the throttle throughput of StreamInsight, and I just want to show you. It takes a bit of time to warm up, but there's a bit of delay here, just on two instances, as you can tell, which I don't know. Is a little worrying, but I'm still trying to test this stuff out. I did do some tests with up to 4 instances of this program, and it seemed to still delay and lag and whatnot. But that is one issue. Now the other issue is this test here, which is very impressive. Okay, what I've been doing all day is I've been basically running a process that will record all the ticks coming in for one typical trading day of today, just wanted to show you how big it is, and it's just tracking 3 assets: Apple, IBM, and SPY. That's all we got here. Typically what you're looking at, it's the count is 1,200,000 plus rows in this table in SQL Server. It took 6 seconds to run this query. Now here's the code I'm going to run that's doing the same thing, but it's going to load it in via the SQL Server StreamInsight. I want to show you how fast this is. It's a similar query. This is the C# code here, and it's going to do something very similar. I just wanted to show you how fast this is. And this is the actual query is going to run from within the code. This, okay, so you can see it's already still taking a bit of time to just load in all the data and just display ticker and ID. So it's the same data. It took 4 seconds to run. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this. I'm not going to go through the code. I just want to show you the performance of it. What I've done is I've got a breakpoint here, and what it's going to do, it's going to do the usual connection into using SQL Server, using the StreamInsight, and show you how fast it is to load it in. It's pretty quick. And just do execute reader, blah 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 blah, and show you how fast this performance is. Okay, so we're going to run this, and remember I do have a breakpoint here at the end of this method. So off she goes, does a warm up, and now we're at that breakpoint. Now you saw how fast it was. Now I had to do some fancy dancy coding here to calculate the size of this query, this type of query on the data reader, blah blah blah. I'm just iterating through the reads independently, but you can see how fast that was. So there's a count, 1.2, 176. So the question is, they're the same, but you saw how fast that was. Let me just maybe, I don't know, do a query here. Now a lot of people have been saying that SQL Server might be a little too slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this process here. So it's going to run. I should break here. Okay, so we got it to break here, and then I'm going to show you how fast it takes to run this little query of 1.2 million. There you go, it's done. Just to show you, the results are actually in there, that are stored in the data in memory. Okay, so you see expanding here. So if I expand this by clicking on this guy, you'll notice, actually, let me do that again. Count as row count. Let me make sure I'm doing this the right way. Oh, you know what? I gotta do this guy here. So I'll break here. No, I'll break here. No. Yeah. Let me. Yeah, that should do it right there. Okay, so let me just do this again. Yeah, here, let me just stop and restart. Okay, so we're at the beginning of that query. Continue. Now, let me just step over this query here. So here's the result. So hopefully this will work. Yeah, see, there you go. So in here are all the queries of that. That's how fast SQL Server is to retrieve over 1.2 rows. So I'm gonna let it. Yeah, but you kind of get the idea. Yeah, it's just barfing all over the place for whatever reason. Let me just try this again here. Yeah, I know what the problem is. Okay, so I'm just going to let it run. You saw the result here. So let it run. And then our count should be at, yeah, so that works. Basically what happened was as soon as you refresh it, it clears out the DR, the data reader. And it just, that last exception was just because it was on a null set of rows, so it barfed it there, but it is working. But let's see if I was to open up the result. Yeah, but hopefully that's a valid test to show you how fast it is, which is pretty impressive. Talk to you later.